Hi everyone, and welcome to Series 2 of the Powerful Conversations podcast. I'm Felicity Rudd, your host and an IT portfolio learning specialist here at Powerlink, coming to you from beautiful Turrbal Land in Queensland. At Powerlink, we're proud to play a vital role in powering Queensland's world-class energy future, providing safe and reliable electricity that connects communities and supports industries. But just as important as the energy we provide are the people behind it. This series, I'm thrilled to introduce you to 5 incredible women working in STEM roles right here at Powerlink. Our theme, Every Possibility Starts With You, sets the tone as we get to know their stories, how their journeys, challenges and passions have shaped who they are and led them to where they are today. From diverse career paths to standout achievements, these stories highlight what's possible when purpose, opportunity, passion and perseverance comes together. Our goal is to inspire the next generation of women in STEM and show just how much can be accomplished when you believe in your potential. So whether you're just at the beginning of your career or seeking growth, we hope these stories ignite a spark with you and remind you that every possibility truly begins with you. Let's step into the conversation. Welcome to another episode from Series 2 of our Powerful Conversations, where every possibility starts with you. Julie brings not only her professional insight, but also a gentle warmth and sincerity that makes this conversation feel especially close to heart. Whether it's her quiet passion for data or thoughtful way she balances work-life, Julie has a way of lifting those around her simply by being herself. Welcome to the podcast, Julie.
Thanks, Felicity. That was a lovely introduction.
You're very welcome. It's so great to have you here today. Let's start with a bit of background from when you were at school. Let's start from young Julie.
Okay. Gosh, going back a while.
What was your favourite subject?
Well, I was really interested in, I've always been a science person. So yes, and more on the biology, human, that sort of side. Always loved animals, that kind of thing. Considered being a vet at one stage, but never went there. So definitely a science person, which obviously marries with what I'm doing now. And yes, I come from a defence family as well, so we moved around a lot, different places in Australia. So always changing schools, friends, all that sort of thing. So which was good and bad, I guess, but it makes you adaptable and you know, you can kind of move around in different groups quite easily. It's good for changing work environments as well. So, yeah.
Would you naturally call yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I'd probably go the extrovert style, I'd say, yeah, for sure.
What was your very first job? If you liked your biology and your sciences, what did you end up doing for your very, very first job? Mine was at Macca's.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Gosh, I think I worked at a Mexican restaurant when I was in Melbourne. That was one of my jobs where I learned to make some very interesting serviette hats, which always go down well at parties. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Do you still whip them out too for the kids?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Love it. Absolutely. Tell us a bit about your career journey and how did you get to Powerlink?
Well, I started at uni doing a Bachelor of Science. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I started off with psychology, which was sort of going with the biology theme, and then I realised how long it would take me to actually do it, and I sort of got turned off a bit for 6 years of study. I just wanted to get out there and work, and I did a computer science unit and really liked it. And at the time, computer science was really going off. A lot of jobs, being created in that kind of space, and I did like it, so I went that way. I finished uni earlier than I would have with psych, and my first job was for a software company. So I'm an app developer by training, so came out and worked for a financial services software house in Brisbane here. That was my first job.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was good fun and a very good learning environment as well. It was a small company, so you have to do a lot of different things yourself, and also being new in that kind of job, you tend to have to wear many hats. You're learning from older people. So that was really helpful as well.
What was that diversity like in regards to the gender balance there?
I was the only girl in the team, which has often been my situation, especially in the olden days, if you want to call it that, or in past times. Thankfully now it's more common that you get women in IT. It's definitely coming up there. Same with engineering as well, which is great. But definitely back then I was primarily the only female in my team for a lot of years, which was good and bad.
Mm-hmm. So what's your role here at Powerlink?
So I'm a BI data analyst, and we wear a lot of hats as well. So we do data analysis, obviously. We do data engineering, we do reporting, we do a bit of governance. We manage the data warehouse for the business, the corporate area. So, a few things like that.
So not one day looks the same?
No, definitely not, which is great. That's what I love about it as well. We are primarily, obviously, like I said, responsible for the data warehouse for the corporate side of things. We get a lot of jobs through where we have to assist the business in, helping them to enable themselves to do their own work.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, obviously a bit of governance there, but also, I guess, project work where we are, starting something, working with a customer of sorts and delivering a piece of work, and which is always a good feeling.
What are some of the technologies that you use?
So we start off, if you start on the data side, we use SQL Server, we use Snowflake, so we're moving towards Snowflake, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
We use Alteryx to do our data manipulation as well, not primarily, but that's one of the tools we use. We also use the the reporting, I suppose. You're talking about Tableau, Power BI.
It's quite fascinating the way that Powerlink have really set themselves up quite well with the technology that we use.
That was a big draw card for me. I started off as a contractor, coming in to be a Tableau report writer, basically doing some transition work there, and then had the opportunity to go permanent, and that was a big driver for me. I love the variety of the work and the cloud focus that we're going for. We're moving a lot of the platforms to cloud. Makes management a lot easier. Security, I guess it's easier for them as well. They must love it too. And it's the new technology. It's enabling more people. It's always a good thing, I think.
It's really innovative, hey?
Definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually was a contractor too, and I jumped across to Powerlink to become a permanent employee. I really found my home at Powerlink.
Yeah.
The people and the culture there has just been amazing, and I really enjoy the vision that we have, especially in our IT digital delivery space.
Yeah.
It's
got some very smart people there, and they're always looking at, how to improve, which I think is a great thing.
So in your role, what are some of the obstacles that you can encounter, and how do you sort of tackle those?
I think primarily technology is probably the biggest obstacle. Things are changing so fast. You've really got to keep up on top of everything. So, you're reading, you're constantly checking if you're doing something the right way, and also doing it as per a standard, which obviously we're big on in our team. In EDAO, we need to provide governance, provide a model for the business to use so that, everything's sort of kept under control and, the technologies are used appropriately. So, yeah.
What are some of the things that you really enjoy about your role?
I think the variety is a big one, not doing the same thing every day. And it's very interesting. I think I'm a problem solver. I love anything to do with problem solving. And I like getting a piece of work in the door where you have to sort of go, well, how are we going to best approach this? How can we enable our users? And when we do a piece of work, it's handing that over to the business, and they're very appreciative, and they're very thankful that we've been able to help them. And it's great getting that, feedback at the end of the process where you sort of think, I've helped them themselves, so that's always a good thing.
It's rewarding, isn't it? You can see
fun.
that customer satisfaction that they've got what they needed, but they also know how to use it too, right?
Exactly, yeah. I'm a bit of a teacher. I like that aspect of it as well. When someone's asking you for help, I really enjoy being able to help people to help themselves, yeah.
Did you always sort of see yourself being in the role that you're in today?
Yes, I think so, in a manner of sorts. I'd always enjoyed going from start to finish with the software development life cycle. So it's always fun doing the tech side of things, but then also using the business or having the business focus is always a good part of it as well. So again, it gives that variety, and it helps, you're helping out someone at the end of the day with what they need to do for their work.
Your role can be, quite challenging at times, and one day doesn't look like the next. What are some of the ways that you maintain your work-life balance?
I think maintaining the hours, or keeping in mind the hours. I mean, you'll have some days that are more intensive than others, but I think you need to respect your home boundaries, especially if you have family.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of children.
I've got 2 teenage sons and I've got 2 fur baby boys as well. So they always give me the evil eye towards the end of the day, as in, let's go for a walk. But no, I think you need to maintain a life outside of work. Make sure you have hobbies, exercise. Then you can give your mind that break and then you come back energised, ready for work.
Having that mental break really helps reset you for the next day, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
What are some of the skills that you think are crucial for someone who would like to, dive into the world of STEM and perhaps become a BI analyst or perhaps a coder or even someone who builds that technology?
I think you need a curiosity. You need to be a problem solver. At the end of the day, I think you need to start with a problem to solve. That's what you're there for. So I think data, in my space especially, data's everywhere now. So you really need to be on top of data. So if you want to start there, I think you probably need a bit of a formal foundation in data training of some sort. SQL Server, that's everywhere now. You really need to sort of understand how to query and manage data if you want to do a data analysis role. Even coding as well. Everything comes back to data at the end of the day.
And Python?
Yeah, Python for sure. I mean, there are so many languages out there. So I was saying before, things change fast. Of course, I know how to use Python, but I've come from a programming background. So definitely you could do that. It depends on what technologies your workspace will use, and that can differ from department to department. But there are so many training options out there these days. You don't necessarily need to do a university degree, but that can help, of course. But you can do more focused professional certifications, which can help you along the way, especially if you're not sure if you really want to do it. You don't want to necessarily commit to a large and expensive course. So,
do you recommend perhaps work experience or shadowing a role just to,
I think shadowing is brilliant because then you can learn from someone who has been there and done that, obviously, and is currently doing it, and you can see what it actually looks like from day to day.
Yeah, so, I know Powerlink have a couple of programs available, so I definitely think, for listeners, keep an eye out for those sorts of opportunities. So if you are someone who's studying a career in data science and they're about to venture into the world of working, what are some of the tips that you can give them?
I would look around at a certain role that you are interested in with the certain technologies that you've got experience in, because when you start out, you need to be able to hit the ground running to a point. Look for a company that supports you, that will help to mentor you and train you and think about your development, which Powerlink definitely does. They're all about, developing you as a person and professionally as well. In
the world of data analytics and data science, how can you see that evolving in the next 5 years?
Wow, it's evolving a lot even now. Obviously, yourself, Copilot, it's everywhere now.
Absolutely.
So it's really enabling the citizen developer to get in there and do some work. So if anyone's got an interest in any kind of analytics or any sort of tech, it's much easier for them to come in and start doing something productive. So there's a lot of no-code, low-code solutions out there. Have a look around, do a lot of reading.
There's a lot of resources online, isn't there?
100%.
I use LinkedIn quite a lot. I follow a lot of people like influencers on LinkedIn, and they often share some really insightful tips and tricks and things like that from an AI space, let alone data analytics, master data, data management.
There's a lot of podcasts obviously around. There are a lot of newsletters, websites, that sort of thing. If you subscribe regularly, you'll get feeds through that will, pique your interest, and you sort of research something one week, and it just keeps you in the loop, I guess.
And tap into what you've got access to, right?
Sure.
There is a lot out there, so it's something that I highly recommend people do, especially to stay on top of the curve. Yeah. So with your career, how, what are some of the key milestones or some of achievements that you would like to share with us today?
I think probably the thing I love the most and that I guess I'm most proud of is being able to sort of work and be adaptable, work in a team. I think the soft skills, you can't minimise those. So soft skills are just as important as your tech skills, I think. Being able to work well with others, be a team player, and be a helpful, nice human being, I think goes a long way in the business world. So I think I've been able to do that quite well.
You've been at Powerlink for a couple of years. What have you most enjoyed about Powerlink?
The variety of the work is great. The team around me, the support, I feel that. I feel the innovation that's going on as well. I love the way that the tech team's going with the cloud software. So, yeah, I think that's the exciting part.
Absolutely. Has mentorship ever played a part of your role?
I've done it myself and obviously been mentored. But, yeah, I've done more on the job, I guess. You have new people come into the team. So it's always nice to kind of, grow them as a person, personally, professionally, see them flourish in their role. So, yeah, I enjoy that part of it as well.
And you know what I really like as well with new people coming into the team is I can learn so much from new people coming into the team, just as much as what they can learn from me, from day to day.
Exactly. Everyone's got their own perspective and you have to be aware that, people think in different ways, they learn differently. So, yeah, it's always great. It's always a two-way street.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of my favourite things, actually. Yeah. Okay, well, in your experience, how can women in the workplace support each other and empower each other?
I think communication's good. I think just being there for people, I think being supportive, being a good team member, male or female, I think it's always a good thing to be a good part of the team and be useful, be a positive influence on the people around you.
And so let's think about the women that are up and coming. What's something that you would want to tell them?
I think be confident in yourself and don't worry so much about being a woman in the workplace. I think just being good at your job is something I've focused on, especially working with men pretty much all my life in an IT space. I think sometimes I put more pressure on myself to make sure that I wouldn't slip up. I don't think you need to worry about that as much. That, like I said, don't sweat the small stuff. It'll happen organically. I think just be confident in your abilities, always be eager to learn, don't be too scared to fail. I think you need to try and do as much as you can to progress yourself, and that will happen.
Absolutely. So I have truly enjoyed having this conversation with you today. Thank you so much for your time. If we can reflect back though and talk to 17-year-old Julie, what would we want to tell her?
Probably don't sweat the small stuff, I think, is a good thing. You realise as you get older, there's a lot of things you worry about when you're younger. They don't matter so much as you get older. Just be true to yourself and do what you enjoy. Keep moving forward in work and in life. And maybe I'd probably say to moisturise a bit more, I guess, would be good. Oh,
I love that. Thank you so much for your time today, Julie. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Felicity. It's been really nice to talk to you today.
Thanks for joining us. We hope this episode has sparked something in you, because every journey, every breakthrough, and every possibility truly starts with you.